Great. I'm a bit impressed by the efficiency of the bell. We just use it once and it works so well. So congratulations. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to welcome you today in this venue, Bushaurai. We decided to organize this event, EXPANDEO 2024, in this venue, which is a bit atypical, maybe somehow we would say, or maybe more inspirational in a way, shiny for sure, because today it is 35 years of ERSC, so we wanted to have a specific venue for this. It is as well the 10 years of the ERSC award that we will give this evening, and it is the 5th EXPANDEO as well. So such a venue anew is more than great opportunity. This venue is super great for this. I would like to start saying that yes, the Earth observation industry has undergone a remarkable transformation over the past few decades, evolving from a niche sector to a cornerstone of scientific research, environmental monitoring, and commercial applications. Europe's industry, in particular, has been at the forefront of this evolution, leveraging advancement in satellite technology, data analytics, and international collaboration to create a robust and dynamic sector. Despite this, the most transformative development in recent years has been the Copernicus program, initiated by the European Commission in partnership with the ESA. Launched in 2014, Copernicus is the largest and most ambitious EO program, providing free and open data and services from a constellation of Sentinel satellites. This has completely democratized access to EO data, enabling a wide range of applications across numerous sectors, such as, for example, agriculture, forestry, urban planning, or emergency response. But this has been as well complemented by private investment in order to develop complementary acquisition capabilities, both from established actors and new ones. Despite the advancement of the growth of the EO market, the Earth observation industry is facing as well a complex array of challenges that must be addressed to sustain its growth and maximize its impact. On the uptake side, for example, when we look at the industry surveys that we publish, we saw really significant difference between the different uptake in the different sectors. Look at, for example, the public sector. The European and national one, we have a really important share compared to the regional and local. So there is still a lot of progress to do. If we look at the commercial share, from the commercial sector, the share is almost stable for quite a few years, even if Earth observation solutions already exist and could be more used. For the SMEs, who may challenge from time to time to reach their customer outside of Europe, the access to this market can be really difficult in the global ecosystem. The EO industry face as well some potential financial challenges. Sustaining the high cost of satellite development, launch, operation require continuous investment from both the public and private side, which is true for the upstream, is as well true for the verticalized actors. But it's true as well for the downstream, because the downstream actors need as well support, attract investors in order to develop their capabilities. On the policy side, Earth observation is not yet mentioned in numerous regulations or directives or national law, on creating some barriers for the uptake. Additionally, the industry must address the capacity building on workforce. It was really representative during the last industry survey that we saw that the second barrier to growth is a difficulty to hire. The demand for Earth observation is growing, and there is a corresponding need for skilled professionals who can develop and operate EO systems, analyze data, and translate findings into information, knowledge, intelligence. And it will be crucial for building a sustainable and resilient EO workforce. By addressing these challenges, the Earth observation industry in Europe can continue to play a pivotal role in shaping a sustainable and resilient future for our planet. EXPANDEO is one of the Earth's contributions to support this aim with you. EXPANDEO is your event. During these 2 days, thanks to high-level speakers, with representatives of the institutions, policymakers, and user representatives, we will address all this with the support of the moderators as well. Thank you a lot for all your contribution. I hope to have a fruitful discussion during all this differentiation. In order to ease this discussion, we listened what you said last year, that you wanted to have more time to interact with the panelists. So we ask moderators to ensure to have some time for you to have some questions. We use as well a Slido tool. You will have a click. So the only good reason to use your smartphone today is to use this Slido in order to, on one hand, share the question you want. You can vote then on the different questions which have been asked. Second point, you can as well answer to the question we proposed for you. For each session, we have one question, so please do not hesitate to ask and to share. EXPANDEO is your event, but without the sponsors, without the partners, this will not be possible. So I would like to say thanks, a big thanks to all the different sponsors, ERSI, Airbus, and Copernicus Creo-DS, event partner, ESA, ECMWF, the project ECNIDS, Eurogeo, Protect, even the support of the Brussels City, to make this event possible. As well as the media partner, Ground Station Space, Spaceside, Spacewatch Global, Nereus, and ERSI. Thank you very much to all of you. To launch this EXPANDEO today, I have the real pleasure to welcome and give the stage to Mr. Mauro Facchini. Mr. Mauro Facchini is currently the head of unit in charge for Earth observation at the European Commission. After joining the European Commission in 2002, he has contributed to the definition of the European space policy from its early days, in concluding framework agreement with ESA and in including Article 189, the EU space competence in the Lisbon Treaty. He has been head of the space research unit for the EU financing of space activity, and then head of the development of implementation of the European Earth Observation Programme, initially called GMES, now Copernicus. Mr. Mauro Facchini, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So I'm honored to be with you here today. As I was mentioning to Emmanuel before, it's the second time I'm in this place, and the first time, just to say how it's a nice gathering place. Actually, I've chosen I'm coming from a DG that's called DG Defense, Industry and Space, and we decided to take this place for our first away day after the pandemic in order to put all together, and I think it was really a nice place and also a really revitalizing place, and I hope it will be the same for you. So I understand it's an important event also in terms of birthday. So I understand it's the fifth edition of EXPANDEO. It's the 10th edition of the ERSC Awards, and it's 35th anniversary of ERSC. So congratulations for that. And it's very important for us, I mean, in the European Commission and also with the Copernicus to interact with you. You have been all the time very active in cooperating with you and also bringing forward what are the needs, what are the requirements, what are the views of industry in this Earth observation sector. And indeed, it has been fundamental for us for shaping Copernicus until now and also for the future, and we count really on you also for preparing the next and the future of the program. We also are very grateful for the several position papers that you have generated. Just in mind, for example, the Sentinel benefit study, but it's just an example of what you do. But also very much happy to I participated also myself in your EO Cafe. We think that they are very active and interactive tools where actually we understand better some issues. For example, I remember the one Green Deal for Earth observation or artificial intelligence for Copernicus, etc. Now, coming to my real words for today, I would like really to stick to three main messages. The first one will be about Earth observation for a green transition. The second message will be about competitiveness. And the third one will be about the rising role of digital in space in general, but also in Earth observation. So starting with the first one, so Earth observation for the Green Deal. It's obvious that Earth observation has a role in that respect. Dealing with Copernicus, we have several services, land, marine, atmosphere, and so on, that really contribute to several activities. We had the pleasure, and it's not something that's happening quite frequently, to have 2 weeks ago a meeting at the request of Vice President Šefčovič, that at this present in time after Vice President Timmermans left the Commission. So we had this meeting with him, with his cabinet, with several DGs around the table, just to explain what Earth observation can do for the Green Deal. And I think it was quite also for us, in preparing this kind of presentation, it's very much interesting to see how applications are very useful in that respect. And it's obvious for everyone that Earth observation can be used for the observation on green gas emissions or the protection of biodiversity, protecting natural habitats, and so on. So there are many activities in that respect, and this is along the chain, so meaning from the satellites that are developed in that respect. We can think what Sentinel-5P has done in the past, or also what is expected in the next years with the new CO2 constellation, or also what we can get from contributing missions, for example, with methane observations. But it's not just from the satellites, but it's also the capacity of downstream sector that can use this data really to provide information on different areas of related to green. And it's also in this respect that beyond the traditional Copernicus services, we also decided to invest in thematic hubs. So for example, looking at health, looking at coastal aspects, energy aspects, polar issues, and so on. But it's true, so dealing with the Green Deal, that we are looking and we can monitor this aspect, but we can also use satellite data to help industry for the green transition. And I'm not speaking just about space companies, I'm speaking about companies in every kind of field. Actually, satellite data, Earth observation data, can be provided to a full amount of companies, for example, in the energy sector, to prepare for new renewable energy capacities, or to agri companies in order to develop better and in a more environmental friendly their production. And this is more and more the case, but there is work that we have to do. For us, I think in this room, and maybe those listening from home, it's quite obvious what we can do. The real challenge is to explain to the non-expert how they can use what we are doing. And this, I think we are doing little by little, but I think there is still a lot to be done in that respect. I think we have to enter into a dimension where using Earth observation is not, let's say, a brilliant idea of a guy that is say, why not introducing that? No, it should become the normality. It should become something that is an obvious tool for everyday's life. And another aspect related to the greening and so on, and maybe you're less informed about that, but we want, at least from the European Commission side, to try to reduce the administrative burden on reporting obligations. Sometimes reporting obligations also linked to EU legislation are quite heavy, and in some cases asking, I don't know, the people to go on site, check this, check that, and so on, is quite time-consuming. Earth observation can be a solution. Can be a solution really to reduce the burden. It can be faster, it could be more traceable, it can be more uniform across Europe, and so on. So we think that also in this respect, Earth observation in the green perception can help also in reducing burden for reporting obligations. In this context, let me also remind the fact that the data that are generated by Copernicus are full, open, and free. So still, we are running in this respect. We have a Copernicus data space ecosystem with Wikio. These are now the two platforms that are the main ones for the distribution of data, but they are distributed in a democratic way, meaning that actually everyone can look into that, they can use it for their own needs, but they also ensure accountability, meaning that, yes, the policymakers have access to that, but also the normal citizens have access to that. So everyone can have access to the same kind of information, and this is very important in this respect. So the first message was about Earth observation for green. The second one is about strengthening the industrial competitiveness. This is not just about Earth observation, it's one of the objectives of the whole space program, under which we have navigation, we have now planned secure connectivity, but we have also other activities. It's very important, so really to increase the competitiveness of our space sector in Europe, and this is facing several challenges. We know that, for example, we have some dependencies on supply chains. And indeed, this is important, maybe that we have a better access to raw and processed materials, advanced materials, semiconductors, and so on. Try to build this capacity wherever possible, and not everything is possible, but also to increase this access in Europe. Another issue we might have is about having access to financing, that's mostly public financing, for development and for implementation of activities, and at the same time some fragmentation of space market among different member states, not having really a uniform approach in all countries in Europe. And last, also an access to international markets. But what can we do in this respect? It's clear that we have to invest our energy in trying to look for security of supply, to the establishment of a single market for space. As I said, is not really existing a single market for space in Europe. We have really to do that as much as possible in order that actually working together we can solve together these aspects. And having a single market in this domain, like we have in other domains, might be useful to support and to maximize business opportunities for the EU space industry. Another aspect where we can try to do something more is to increase the EU industrial readiness with programs to support fast and agile innovation. Sometimes we are missing that in order to invest that part, and industry has to play on its own in order to do that. But we are trying also to look into that. We have also had some initiatives that has been done in this respect. For example, for aspects related to access to space, we have the flight ticket initiative, or more close to Earth observation, we put in place a data purchasing system in the Copernicus contributing missions that are trying to help us, some emerging companies, to get into the picture and into the market. Another initiative that we have in this respect is the Cassini initiative that is also trying to finance some ideas, some companies, in order to bring them their ideas into reality. And then the access to international space markets. I think that we all know that Earth observation, we are quite in a good shape, I have to say, in Europe. Nevertheless, I think we have some problems in penetrating non-EU markets. So to go outside of Europe, I think that actually some better discussion, integration with those international markets is necessary. Also, I would say, based on a fair, reciprocal, and rule-based trading system. So I think we have to put in place this reciprocity in the access or to the markets, because as I said, in Europe we are good, and so I think this capacity has also to go beyond our frontiers. So we spoke about green, we spoke about competitiveness. So the last one is about digital technologies. I think every one of us listen about speaking about artificial intelligence, about high-performance computing. We cannot avoid that these technologies are getting more and more in what we are doing every day. Artificial intelligence, for sure, can be integrated already inside the satellites, but also at the moment of the processing of the data and so on. In every field, even, for example, for weather prediction, there are some trends also to move from high-performance computing to artificial intelligence. So if we don't want to lose the train, we have really to make sure that we are taking these technologies into consideration already today. Speaking about high-performance computing, this is bringing me to speak about other initiatives on Earth observation that are linked to that, and the first coming to my mind is Destination Earth. You might know that on Monday there was the official launch of Destination Earth. It was in Finland, in the premises of the fastest high-performance computing in Europe. It's in Finland, the computer is called the Lumi. And yes, this is an avenue, and we have to see how this can also further bring capacity of Earth observation to what we are doing, and what are the links, for example, with existing initiatives like Copernicus in particular. There are different digital twins that are expected in this respect, about climate, about extreme events, about twin ocean, and there will be also several events in these weeks about these elements. So I would conclude, again, repeating the importance of support to green, support to competitiveness, and use of digital, and maybe with these three key messages, I would leave it to you for a very fruitful discussion. And again, I would like to thank again Emmanuel and also all the organizers for inviting European Commission to open this event. Thank you very much.